Hi, so this is the night of September 30th, so trick-or-treadathon starts tomorrow morning, and I wanted to get ahead of the vlogging and start it tonight, just to give a quick little introduction and then hit the ground running tomorrow, because I have quite a busy day tomorrow, so I'm going to be trying to slide in some reading here and there, but I actually have a lot of plans, so I thought, you know what, I'll start the vlog tonight. I am so excited for trick-or-treadathon. This is my favourite time of year. I love doing weekly vlogs, and I love doing little challenges and the live streams with my friends and stuff, and if you're not following us on Instagram, we've been posting quite a lot. Check it out, I'll put it here and it's also in the description, and that's where all this fun stuff is going down. But yeah, so this is my trick-or-treadathon week 1 vlog, and the first book I'm going to be reading is The Mist, which is in this Stephen King collection called Skeleton Crew. Also, if you don't know what trick-or-treadathon is, welcome to my channel. Hi, how are you? And just check the Instagram for all the information. But yeah, so my first prompt is The Mist, and I'm reading the book The Mist, but it's part of this collection called Skeleton Crew. There's a whole host of different short stories and stuff in here. But I'm only going to be reading The Mist. I actually today though read The Monkey to get in the Stephen King mood, and that was really fun. It was only about 42 pages or something like that, and it was about one of those creepy toy monkeys, you know, the ones from like Toy Story 3 that bang the cymbals. It's about haunted one of those, and the reason I was interested in that one specifically was because there is a film adaptation of it coming out in early 2025, I believe, and it's a really good little short story, but I don't know how they're going to stretch out to like a feature length. I'm sure they'll find a way. And also the little teaser trailer they released has the monkey playing a drum, which is not what it normally does. It normally does the cymbals, but anyway, I'm sure this film will be creepy. The story was creepy, as good as a 42-page story can be. Sometimes for horror though, those are the best. But yeah, I enjoyed that. And tomorrow I'm going to be starting The Mist. I have seen the film for The Mist before a long time ago. I don't really remember it that well, and I also seen the television show, but again, that was like a decade ago, so I don't remember it too well. And I'm excited to read the source material. It's about 120 pages, I believe, but that is quite small font and stuff in this book, so really it's probably about 140, 150 if it was in like bigger font. Anyway, I'm excited to read this, and I'll be taking you on my reading journey and also just showing you what I'm going to be doing throughout the week. I hope you're excited for trick-or-treadathon as well. If you are, please leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you're reading this week, and tomorrow I am going to Glasgow University and the gym, and then I'm going to cinema with my friends, so you'll see some of that right now. Hello, so some quick updates. That Hellboy film was so bad, like the worst film I've seen in the cinemas this year. I think if it was like a streaming original, I'd be like, okay, it's not that bad, but like it still would be bad, but I'd forgive it more. But for like a theatrical release, it was shockingly bad. I cannot believe that I sat through it. I never go on my phone in the cinema ever. Like I really am against going on my phone, and I can't lie, I checked my phone a couple times just to like see when it was going to end. Because even though it was only like an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, I think, it was brutal. I did not enjoy it at all. Substance, on the other hand, that was the second time I've seen it. It's my favourite film of the year. I absolutely love seeing it again today. It was just as good as the first time. Obviously not as shocking as the first time because you know what's coming, but I still just absolutely adore that film. I think it is a masterpiece, and I cannot recommend that one enough. So you have two extremes here. You have my worst film of the year, you have my best film of the year in the same day. But yeah, The Substance, I just absolutely love it. It was so good. Anyway, Stephen King, The Mist. It is good. I don't know how far I am. I'm maybe like 40 pages in. And it is very much like any other Stephen King book at first. You know, it's like the dad, the young son, just the mannerisms of the characters are all the same as Stephen King's books. They're all very like, you know, working class kind of vibe. Like just the dads and the son's relationships, and like the dad and the wife, and I don't know. It started off very Stephen King. However, the part I'm at now, they are in the supermarket and the mist has just fully took over the town, and everyone is starting to panic. They're all at the windows like looking at the mist. and I have left it on like the perfect cliffhanger for tonight because that is exactly where they are. They don't know what's happening yet, they just know that the mist has taken over and it's getting weird. So I enjoyed it. I'm going to probably finish it tomorrow because it is pretty short, we'll see. I'm working all day tomorrow, so I won't be vlogging tomorrow, but I'll catch up with you on Wednesday with some updates on the book. And yeah, or not Wednesday, today is Tuesday. On Thursday with some updates. Yeah, enjoyed this a lot. Enjoyed the substance even more. Hated Hellboy. That was my day. I finished The Mist this morning and I absolutely love the story. I think I might give it 5 stars. I was so impressed with the horror elements and how held back he was at times, but when he really went for it, he really went for it. For example, there's a lot of kind of descriptions of sounds and shapes like out in the mist that you can vaguely see, and you know, like textural things and stuff like that. But when you finally do see a couple of the creatures, the way that he describes them is so terrifying and visceral and just disgusting. So he really manages to hit both points. He makes your imagination really work for what you think is going to happen, and then he does show you some of the stuff, but he doesn't show you everything. He holds back quite a lot. Some of the bigger things are only vaguely described because the characters can't fully see them because they're so big. They're like in the distance or like they're up high above, and I just really like that factor of it, how he really put your imagination to work, but then sometimes did give you exactly what you wanted, and it always paid off. So I was really impressed with this. The characters were interesting and fun. They're pretty much standard Stephen King characters. He has the same kind of tropes that he hits quite a lot of the time, but you know, that's why you like his work. His work is cozy. There's a kind of familiarity to it in most of his books, so I enjoyed that. And I wish it was a little bit longer. I do feel like, actually, this edition, I think I said it was 120 pages. It was actually 144 pages long. And then, like I said, the font is quite small in this, so this actually is like a proper novel on its own. It's surprising that it feels like a short story because it's in this collection, but it actually is like a novel, basically. But yeah, I wish it was a little bit longer. I think there could have been a little bit more done there, but I was happy with how it ended. I liked how everything paid off and how he really left a lot to your imagination, like I said, but there were some really strong horror moments as well. So overall, very impressive. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I'm actually going to read Doctor Sleep next and just make this whole vlog like the Stephen King week. And I'm excited for this one. I don't know too much about it really at all, other than it's a sequel to The Shining and it follows Danny as an adult and he's working in like a care home. That's pretty much all I know. So it's going to be interesting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to starting this. I'm actually just about to go get my haircut as well, so we'll see how long it is after. It's a little bit wet right now, but this is what it is right now. And I ask for the same thing every time, but I feel like I get a different result every time, so we'll see. I'm always kind of happy with my hair anyway. I'm not like overly fussy as long as they don't shave me bald. Although, I think it was like last year, really thought about doing like a buzz cut just to see what it looked like, but I got too scared. But yeah, I'll report back after my haircut. Here's the finished product. I went really short on like the back and the sides, but still please don't take too much of the fringe because sometimes they just take too much. But yeah, pretty happy with this. Now I have an hour before I have to go out. I'm going out for dinner with my family, and then after that I'm going to do a quiz with my friends. So I'm going to be busy this evening, but I have like an hour before I have to leave, so I think I'm going to watch the new episode of Agatha All Along. If you are watching it, please let me know your thoughts down below. I'm really enjoying it. I know some people are like, oh, this is so unnecessary. It's like, who cares about these characters? I personally think they're great so far. I'm really into it, and I'm enjoying the little mystery, even though it's kind of a mystery that we all know the answer to in a way, but it's still fun nonetheless. I think it's a fun little series, so I'm going to watch that and chill before I have to go out. I keep looking at myself. Vanity. But yeah, that's the plan for now. Okay, I will talk about Doctor Sleep soon. However, I'm off to cinema to meet my friends to see Joker 2. I know it's got some really mixed reviews coming. Yeah, I've not read anything, but I know that it's been kind of mixed. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I have been at cinema so much recently. I have honestly been seeing like basically every single film that gets a theatrical release. But, you know, it's nice to have a hobby. I just got home from Joker 2, Joker Folie, Deux, however you want to call it, and I did enjoy it. However, it was not really necessary, in my opinion, to like the plot of the first film. It doesn't really add much to it. It does kind of feel like an unnecessary sequel, and the musical elements are like, okay, like, I like a musical, but I don't know, it was a bit underwhelming in that aspect. It was all very like low-key, kind of just sitting, talky, singy type vibes for most of it. There's a couple more fantasy moments, but for the most part it wasn't like big, fantastical, over-the-top musical numbers. And then the story was basically just a courtroom drama, which was okay. It's not my favourite genre of film, but it kind of worked for the story, I guess. But overall, the whole thing was kind of, I don't know. At first I was like, oh, I'd give it a 4, but realistically I think it's more like a 3.5 out of 5. It didn't blow me away in any aspect, but I did enjoy it. I don't think I'd rush to watch it again. Lady Gaga was great. I don't know. It just doesn't even feel like a Joker and Harley film, really. It feels like you're tricked into watching just like a courtroom drama, and that's like their names, but it's interesting, I guess. It was like a well-made film, obviously, but I don't think it was necessary. It does feel like more of a cash grab in a way, but they made the budget so much higher that they're probably not going to make as much cash. I don't know. It's a weird film. It's not what anyone wanted. But it was okay. I liked it, for the most part. Hello, so it's Sunday afternoon and I realised I haven't actually even spoke about Doctor Sleep yet. Never mind, start to wrap it up. But I am on page 179 right now, which is the start of chapter 7, which is also the start of part 2. And I'm really enjoying it. It's not what I thought it would be, but I mean that in a good way. I am very pleasantly surprised with how the plot is going and where the characters are going and stuff. And it starts off very sad. So Danny at the beginning is a complete alcoholic. He is like haunted by everything that went on in his past, and he's still experiencing horrible visions all the time, and he's realised that he can drown it out with alcohol, but obviously that is even more tragic because his father was an alcoholic, so he vowed to his mother he would never drink, and then he does. But at the part I'm at now, he is on the road to sobriety. Actually, he's been sober for a long time, and he's working in the care home that I mentioned at the start. It's kind of like a hospice for dying elderly people, and what he does there, and it's not a spoiler, it's in like the description, is he goes to them on like their final day and kind of holds their hand and like helps them die in a more peaceful and like relaxed way, and everyone calls him Dr. Sleep because of it, because he kind of puts the patients to sleep, but everyone loves him for it, and it's really interesting. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. And then on the other hand, we have a new character called Abra, and she is a young girl. She is growing up with the Shine, and she is occasionally contacting Danny telepathically through the Shine, and they're getting to know each other a little bit, but it's all very distant. It's only like little glimpses and flashes here and there. But then there's a third group of characters, so that's kind of our main two protagonists, I would say, although Abra is like very much a supporting character right now. But I'm assuming as the book goes on, she will become more and more important. But then there's the antagonists, which are a group whose name I can't think of right now at the top of my head, but they have some sort of power that we haven't received an explanation for or anything yet right now, and they basically find kids or people in general that have the Shine, and they basically torture them and suck their soul and their essence of the Shine out of their body as they're torturing them, and the more pain they inflict, the more comes out, and then they eventually kill the person. And this helps them kind of reverse age or stop aging. It's like a kind of vampire type thing, but instead of blood, it's the Shine. So that's really interesting, and I am scared for where it's going to go, because they're quite horrible people. They do not seem to have any boundaries. So altogether, enjoying this quite a lot. It's really interesting, and it is not the sequel that I was expecting. I don't know why, because Stephen King isn't really a basic writer, but in my head I was like, you know, it's going to be Danny, he's going to go back to the hotel, but that's not really what it is. I mean, it might get there in the end. They might go back to the hotel. But I actually forgot, it's mentioned at the start of this, that the hotel burns down at the end. I can't remember if that happens in the film, but I don't remember it happening in the book, but it does. It's talked about at the start of the first chapter. So yeah, overall, impressed with this, enjoying it. It's been a fun read. There's a lot of Stephen King-isms, as you would expect. You know, there's casual racial slurs, there's very like small town Americana vibes going on, all the characters are like that. It's all like working class people, mother-father relationships and daughter-mother relationships and stuff like that, but I'm enjoying it quite a lot. It's very unique compared to what I was kind of expecting. I think in the hands of a lesser writer, this would be like the most basic example of what you could think of from a Shining sequel, but this, it goes in some new directions, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. So overall this week I finished, well, The Monkey was on Monday, doesn't really count, but I read The Monkey, then I read The Mist, which I loved, and I'm really enjoying this. So it's been a successful first week of the readathon. Obviously I've not read as much as I probably hoped for, but I'm making decent progress on this considering I only started it on Friday and today's Sunday. So I'm reading quite a bit. I'm going at a good pace and I'm happy with the progress I'm making so far. So hopefully next week I finish this and get onto some other books. I'm definitely going to try and finish 2 books next week. So I'm going to finish this and then hopefully finish something else. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please subscribe, let me know your thoughts on this book or The Mist or The Monkey or anything Stephen King related down below, or anything in general. If you've seen Joker, keep it non-spoiler, but let me know your Joker thoughts down below as well. I'm obsessed with watching people's Joker reviews because everyone's just taking such interesting different things away from that film. And also Agatha All Along, if you're enjoying that, let me know down below. Again, keep it spoiler free. And in general, leave a comment. I hope you have a nice weekend, or I suppose already Sunday. I hope you have a nice week, and I will see you next Sunday with my next vlog.